Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome back to the Dojo!
Hiya.
Here on Rage Select, I am Jeff.
I am Mayhem's Muse.
And we are playing Lost Reavers, this free-to-play Nintendo Wii U game that I don't know. I've got conflicted. It is free, but it is also a game that I feel like I don't know. Well, we could take a look at it. I played it for a little while, and yeah.
He either has a lot of feelings or not any feelings at all about it.
I think
we'll see.
I think that either one would have been better. I think that I'm right square in the middle. I think that I'm like
apathy.
Yes,
set in.
moderate feelings. I have a lot of respect for games that you can just like unequivocally hate, because that's something. So, all right, we are going to be playing this. This is an online, like, 4-player, like, doing stuff. I played a little bit with Sayuri here, but Jennifer, I will give you the opportunity. Would you like to see Dwayne or Victoria or Shadow
that
Stalker?
outfit is awesome. Let's go Victoria.
Okay.
Why not? I wasn't digging the loafer and leg armor combo on the other one.
We'll probably do Sayuri in part 2 because I've got a bunch of shit unlocked with her. But
shoot.
Yeah. So this is basically just 4-player online, kind of third person. It's like you're raiding dungeons for some reason.
Okay.
They're all Egyptian, even though you're like just a bunch of anime characters. So I don't know.
Cross-cultural. I like it.
Oh, I was about to say. I thought that
Is
she was
this our
wearing.
girl?
Yeah. She's like
misleading.
I don't know. They're in like some kind of weird ass prison here at the beginning. But I do like the way she runs.
Why does she run like that?
I can fly. Wee!
That is not effective gun handling at all. I'm so disappointed. Neither is that. What is this to the gun to the ceiling business? All right, obviously she's not trained in gun handling.
I think that
Why would you put it to
she went to the sexy school of sexy gun sexiness. And
oh goodness.
That's what it is.
I'm a little mad already.
you gotta put the one behind your hips, and be saucy with it.
Yes,
I guess.
because it's not a day in the office until you've almost shot your own ass.
That's
with your
right.
gun.
Yeah.
Why is there a zombie?
And why are her I just realized this. Like, look at the space on her frickin' shoulders. Like, she's got the most broad lady shoulders of all time.
Hey,
Whoa,
don't
a kick.
judge lady shoulders.
Ladies
can have broad shoulders
okay.
too.
Well, oh wait, what is that? What is
her
this?
jewelry is on point, even though she's dead and zombified.
Oh, okay. Wait, so I have to shoot these ones? Bam, bam. Okay, you successfully defeated the enemies. Woo! So yeah, I don't know if this is like some kind of wait, what the? Okay, fine. Go. Some kind of like prison, and we're breaking out in order to raid tombs, or it's like a Running Man situation where we have to like earn our freedom by going and getting giant like cocoons out of tombs, cyber cocoons.
I have no idea what's going on here.
Yeah, well, it's just I already know all this bullshit. It's just teaching us like press the X button to switch weapons. Oh, okay, so she has 2 weapons. So she plays a little bit differently. And then, use that. Just let me out of here. Okay, health elixirs. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. We live in a day and an age where it's like, here's a free video game. And it's like, pass. Come on, dumb free video games.
Video game snobbery. Right here on Rage Select.
That's right. So, yeah. Did you hear the news last week about the Wii U?
Which news?
Well, first of all, Legend of Zelda, the one Wii U game that everybody is looking forward to, is not coming out until next year.
Of course.
And 2, they announced that the new console, they didn't announce it. It's one of those things where they had an earnings call, and then that, you have to make that shit public, and they were talking to their investors and we're putting out a new console next year in March. And I just can't fathom why they would say that shit out loud. Because, who the hell is going to buy a Wii U now when there's going to be
it's going to be obsolete in a year?
Right.
Oh, that's rough.
Right. And not just that, but I didn't realize, because the Wii U's the only console sitting in my entire apartment that was actually purchased for me, because it was when working at Spill. And this thing costs $300. You can buy a fucking Xbox for that, man. What the hell? What are you doing, Nintendo? Use your head.
Nintendo, bro.
Come
on. We got to talk about this.
You call me. I'll tell you how to run a company. I'll tell you how to run a successful Fortune 500 company. I'm the Donald Trump of Let's Players.
Oh, God. I'm leaving. I'm out. Done. Just done.
Well, by that I mean that I also have a very lucrative side business. It's in steaks. is that I sell Rage steaks. That's what we call them.
Rage steaks.
Yeah, they're the finest
Yours
steaks.
now on Patreon.
Yes, they're only available at the Sharp Ribbage though, because everybody knows that's where you go to get your beef. Yeah. Have you seen that shit with Donald Trump selling steaks?
I haven't seen that one. Did you see the one with him and Jimmy Fallon?
No.
Well, Jimmy Fallon does an exceptional Donald Trump impersonation because he's known for doing all of the impersonations. So he did one where he was on a call with Ted Cruz, and it's just hilarious.
I did see the guys that made that. Have you ever seen the Bane outtakes video? I'm a real big fan of that, where they just overdub Bane's voice from The Dark Knight Rises.
I did see that.
And he raps at one point. Those same guys, the Oral Knots, did one where they took Darth Vader and they just overdubbed lines from Trump speeches over him in the movies. It was pretty
accurate.
Good. Yeah.
Less badass though.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. If you could pick one industry to be a mogul in, what do you think you would want to get into?
Oh.
You want to be
Oh, in all honesty, music, because the way that the music quote-unquote industry is run in this country is just bullshit.
It's pretty atrocious.
It's just bullshit. Hey, and if anybody doesn't know anything about the music industry in America, watch the documentary that Jared Leto produced about one of his albums with 30 Seconds to Mars that they were working on, and their fight with their record label at the time. It's just atrocious. It's like, for the first time in the world, we have companies dictating art, and that's just wrong and dirty and makes me want to shower.
Well, I don't know. I would think that if you look back on I mean, I'm a pretty big in my humble opinion, let me start the sentence over since it appears to be very difficult for me. The music industry has been basically screwing everybody forever.
Yes,
and from artists to
the queue and making it so that we're not getting good music, we're getting the same manufactured, produced crap that doesn't say anything, but they think will sell records.
Sure.
But records that don't mean anything and will be gone in 10 years. The Britney Spears of the world, if you will. And if you want, I could go into that. I have all of the feelings.
Okay, so this is how I know that I'm an old man, is because I'm like, in retrospect, Britney Spears. I'd rather be living in the era of Britney Spears than, say, Iggy Azalea.
Why?
Because
she at least writes her own lyrics and has something witty and clever to say.
Iggy Azalea is such a terrible person, though. Gross. I don't know.
What is it about her as a person that you?
I don't know for sure because I don't pay attention to. I mean, I'm just listening to.
I see. So you're making an uninformed assumption.
Goddamn right, I am.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the internet, Jennifer.
As long as we're on the same page.
This is what we do. This is what the internet is all about.
So basically, what you're saying is you're a mean girl.
I am.
Internet. You're sitting in the corner and telling her that she can't sit with you because she's not wearing pink on Wednesday.
That is absolutely correct.
Okay.
Yes.
That is the fuggliest skirt you've ever seen in your life?
I should be able to quote Mean Girls, but I am unable to.
Oh, well, we might just have to have a movie night where we riff tracks.
Oh, I do.
On Mean Girls.
I tell you what.
Amazing.
Hey, cool. So
Tina
they unlocked everything.
You gotta love Tina Fey.
They unlocked everything. So basically, in between, what you do is you've got the shop where you can buy garbage for real world money. You got the laboratory where you can basically. You get these see those little chips up there?
Yeah.
You can unlock these things. You see this one needs
upgrades and stuff.
50 unlocks, so that's one of these analysis chips.
Wow.
And when you do that, so you use the analysis chip on this gun, and then it's how much are you going to get? And it's none.
Wow.
2 out of 50. So you can earn these chips, or you can just buy them in the store like a douche. You can also go to the workshop.
Lit up like a douche.
And you also get this ore that you can use to upgrade your guns. So now my gun is level 12.
All right.
And also, I'm going to upgrade that other gun as well. And then I can show everybody how this whole thing works because it's pretty awful. Yeah, Mean Girls is a great movie. That was
yes.
It was like
you can't stay with us.
It reminded me a lot. It was like an updated version of Daria, I guess, which I also had.
Absolutely, love Daria. So many feels about Daria.
I think it's funny that even though Daria is a lady and I am a dude, I'm like, it's still like 70% my high school experience. The show Daria. Like, I didn't have a crush on Trent or that other guy, but
did.
you know,
I did.
Yeah. It was probably more that I had a crush on Jane, but that's not really appropriate to the show.
Jane, yes, please. Jane or Trent or both. I don't know.
Yeah.
Feelings.
I think they have Daria on like Hulu or Netflix, but they've got this like
I think it's on Netflix.
this neutered version where they couldn't get all of the
the
song.
music.
Yeah, all the songs.
Yeah.
It's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you got to have all the songs. So here we go.
So now she has her outfit.
Yeah, this is the main game, and I can actually, like, if I want to, I can kind of actually play this like a first-person shooter. The one thing that I really do not understand is that no matter what, that you have to use their dumb iPad controller, and all it is it's just got the screen from the game on the controller. Like, it doesn't have anything special.
Interesting.
And there's totally like just a regular controller that you can buy, that you can get for the Wii U. Doesn't work with this game. Like,
do you get points for headshots?
I don't know. I haven't been paying that close of attention. Damn it. Hooah.
I'm so confused as to her wardrobe right now.
Well, she's going to a party.
I mean,
and,
there's some cool
you know.
lines in it, but they're like the overdone accessories, circa 1980 something. I'm just not digging it.
I thought you played JRPGs.
Too many. I do, and I'm a fan of overdone in some cases, but sometimes the accessories are just a little too much. Like, if you're going with a statement piece, don't go with all statement pieces, because then they conflict and they overpower each other.
And we're not entirely sure what the statement is.
You go with one statement piece.
Okay.
So, like, go with the shoulder piece, then make everything else minimal. Or go with the skirt and the ginormous bustle flower booty thing.
Like the half. It's
but
like
don't do the shoulder and the booty. That's weird.
It's like a quarter skirt, though. Like, it's just
That's fine.
It only
That's
seems like
fine.
it would
It's
get
just
in the way.
detailing
I think the
is too
one
much.
leg like dragon fishnet. Oh wait, no, I didn't want to go back. No. The one leg dragon fishnet thing is a little confusing.
I'm cool with it.
Of just like, I don't know. I guess it's
very
just
roller derby of her.
one of those video game things of like, we're gonna go fight zombies, so let's get fabulous.
Yeah, it's like the Watchmen. You know, you just outlaw the capes because the cape's gonna get stuck in a revolving door sometime, and then
Sure.
you're fucked. Then what?
Wait,
you know?
Watchmen or in not Invisibles, not Impossibles?
I was talking about Watchmen.
Oh, okay.
The very beginning, what was his? Who was it? Was it the Dollar? He gets at the very beginning intro sequence of the movie version of it. They talk about it more in the actual graphic novel, and they go into the history of the first generation of superheroes and how they all ended up dying. And
right.
the Dollar Bill, that was his name, Dollar Bill. He gets his cape caught in the revolving door at a bank, and he gets the crap beat out of him by the bad guys because he can't get away.
Wow, it's been a while since I've read Watchmen. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, so the beginning sequence, which is the times they are changing,
right.
that song.
Yeah.
They go through like the stills of what happened, like the first generation, and then they get established, and then they all end up like dying or going insane and whatnot.
Right, like you do when you're a superhero.
He was one of the guys. Like, they show him with his cape caught in the thing, and then he's on the ground dead.
Oh, okay.
Very
I thought you were talking about like it's actually kind of a weird thematic. It's kind of comes out of nowhere when you're watching The Incredibles, and when he goes to get his costume redone, he goes and talks to Edna Mode.
Yeah, she's my favorite.
Right, and then there's like this montage of a bunch of superheroes dying.
Yep.
Like they're just
exactly
like,
what that was.
That guy got his cape caught in an airplane, and he dead.
He did.
Like the
real
guy,
bad.
he was trying to take off. His cape was caught on something on the ground. He was strangled to death in a children's movie. Like, it wasn't like he just
Life
fell
is
down.
harsh, kids. Learn it now.
Yeah, bonked his head. Everybody's like, "Ha ha!" He bonked his head.
But you know, I actually really here's my little literature, mythology, folklore shtick. I very much like that we are bringing that element of the grotesque back into fairy tales that we're telling our children. I mean, all of the original like Grimm's fairy tales, that's some dark shit.
They were grim.
They were super grim, pun intended.
Yeah, double M.
They were all dark. It wasn't all this puppies and kitties, just light frou-frou crap. It was real life stories meant to make kids have caution and not die in the real world.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what? That's actually really appropriate. If you have the fucking cape, you're going to get it caught in a door and you're going to die. Don't do it.
I think that it's one of those things where it's like children, I feel like children are old enough to, one, be able to handle a scare, and two, it's good. It's good to have a little scariness. I don't want children wrapped in cotton and, put in a room where nothing can ever happen.
I agree. It's one of those. It's compliance through education. Somebody can't know something until you teach it to them. Coddling children in America and oh, they're too young to know this is what makes dumb kids.
Yeah, yep.
Who don't know how to handle things. It's what leads to alcoholism. You don't teach them to respect the thing, educate them about what it does and how to use it. You just tell them you can't touch it or look at it or think about it, so it's sensationalized, and then they want to abuse it, and they don't know how to treat it.
And they're like, oh, man, did you say I can't look at that?
I want to do this thing.
I want to do nothing more than look at whatever it is that you just said I can't look at.
Kids in Europe. I mean, kids in France grow up learning to respect like wine. I mean, you'll have a glass for dinner, but you respect it, so they don't have alcoholics like rampant.
Are there no alcoholics in France?
I'm not saying there aren't any, but it's less of a sensational thing for young people because they're brought up with it. That's just an element of their society.
You don't see any French kids doing like Jaeger bombs at the club.
Or no, because they're not stupid.
There's probably some of them out there. Yeah, boy, I wish I'd never drank Jägermeister in the first place.
Yeah, I've only had it once or twice, and I knew that was a stupid decision, and was like, nope, never again. I don't like that. That's gross.
It's oh man.
It's gross.
Such a love-hate relationship with that drink. I've tried breaking up with Jägermeister so many times. It just doesn't take. It's just I tried to switch over to Fireball for a while, but that was like
bad decisions.
Even worse. Well, if you're going to take every shot is a bad decision. If you're going to have yourself
true.
Really, what's a good shot? What's a good shot decision?
A shot of Jameson.
Oh God, I fucking hate. Oh Jesus. Ah! Flappers!
How dare you?
Yeah, I know.
On the beloved substance of Jameson.
Yeah, I know.
Beautiful product.
It's just like getting punched in the stomach real hard, and that's not what I'm about on a Friday night.
And what exactly I would like to know is Jaeger to you?
It's like getting punched in the stomach with licorice.
Which is gross.
Which is better for some reason.
No, it's worse because then you're stuck with that syrupy, sugary shit in your mouth and the aftertaste. Ugh.
So here's the thing: is that when I was a kid, and there's probably a few people who haven't heard this story before. It's not one I tell all the time, but when I was a kid, when I was like around 10 or 11, my family, like everybody in my family except for my mom, we all had this disease. It was Hulkamania. It was just terrible.
It was fever. The only cure was more Hulk.
That's what. No, it was just like we would just cough, right? So you wouldn't be like flu. You wouldn't have like flu symptoms or anything bad like that. We just cough, but you coughed all the time and just a hacking, just.
Well, quit chain smoking.
Well, at that point, none of us. Only my dad was a chain smoker. So, so then we. Like they made us stay home. They made me stay home from school because they were like, "You can't come to school and just cough on everybody." And I'm like, "Well, it's like I don't know what to do."
You need one of those Asian masks.
Exactly.
They're so smart. You cover that shit so you don't get it on people. Done.
Yep. And if only that was a thing at the time that we had known about, probably so. But so eventually we were just all home, and the only thing that could make a dent in this was Vicks 44M, which is some gross-ass licorice fennel-tasting cough medicine that also has some booze in it, which I think is the only thing that stopped anybody from coughing.
You needed a hot toddy is what you needed.
Yeah. So during that time in my life, by taking that just nonstop for months, I developed basically just a tolerance for the taste of... Oh, shit, did I do same one all over again?
I think you did.
God damn it. Wait, this looks like a different... Oh, no. This is the same, isn't it? Oh, shit. All right.
You can do better.
When it was time to start drinking and somebody handed me a thing of Jägermeister, I was like, oh, this just tastes like this cough medicine that I've already had like a million times before and I like have no real opinion on. And then I just kept drinking it because it's the worst.
It is confirmed the worst. But yeah, in the future, if that ever happens and you have the whole cough that won't go away, weird kind of beginning of a cold, hot toddy.
Yeah.
Hot toddy, baby.
I think it was strange because it was like having a cough that just won't go away for months.
It's a chronic cough. That's
It was like 4 months, and there was like 2 months that I was out of school, and like I just had to get all my homework at home and basically study from home because they were just like, well, you can't fucking come to school and cough on everybody. I was like, all right.
Yeah, so for those of you at home, hot toddy, in case you've not had one, is a amazing concoction that will cure pretty much any kind of head cold.
Yeah.
It's It's like you boil water like you would for tea, and it's 3 tablespoons of honey,
Okay.
the juice of half of a lemon, and 2 to 2.5 shots of whiskey. I wouldn't use bourbon. I would really use an Irish whiskey. They're the smoothest for it. They blend the best with the honey.
Oh, shit.
So 2 to 2.5 shots of whiskey, 3 tablespoons of honey, juice of half of a lemon, and then put all that in a cup together and fill the rest of it up with the hot water.
Mm-hmm.
Mix all that up. It's amazing for your throat. It calms everything down. It's good. It's good stuff.
Sounds delicious.
The Irish, man, they know how to fix everything. You either boil a potato or you boil water and Jameson. And either way, you're good to go.
You boil whiskey.
Yes.
I actually was listening to, have you ever listened to the Lore podcast?
Yeah.
I thought that they did one about changelings.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that sounds like fucking frightening as hell. So for those of you who haven't listened to the Lore podcast, basically it's like the Irish believe that like if a person or a child, most of the time children, are just like acting like a butthole, and we all know that all children are pretty much, it's not their fault. I'm not saying that like
they're crying too much, they won't go to sleep.
Right. Or they're
giving you problems.
Yeah, young children, they won't listen, they won't comply, blah, 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 blah. They'll be like, oh, that person's been taken by changelings or by fairies, and they've left.
The baby is a changeling.
Yeah.
It is in fact a fae duplicate of your child. So the response to that is you take the baby out into the forest, you leave it outside in the forest in front of a tree or something, and then you come back the next morning and it'll be your baby again.
Yeah, hopefully. Then on that podcast there was one specific example that was like one of the most horrifying stories I've ever heard of. There was a lady, and she basically was like, not just she was married to a dude. She had her own business. Like, she did well. She was doing all this stuff. And then one day they were like, oh, she's a changeling. And, then it was like some, like that movie Compliance or something. Like, they tied this woman to a bed and, were doing all this horrible stuff. It was like, get out of here and bring back my wife. You're not my wife anymore. And, God damn, the implications are horrifying of, if you act any different than the way that people thought you should act, that you were just going to be basically tortured to death, and they were just going to be like, oh, you're a fairy, and you're like, no, I'm not. And you're like, yes, you are.
But you are.
Let's pour boiling water on your head and see what happens then. Let's make you drink non-Jameson whiskey, and
shoot me now.
Boil some Gatorade.
All right, so I have developed an opinion about this game.
Yep.
I will say. I prefer this kind of zombie to the Uncharted Nathan Drake zombie. I'm just saying.
Oh, wait. I switched Sentinel. I want that one.
The running at me real crazy can't control it, predict it. No.
Right. Well, the main thing, the thing that's probably missing here that we haven't gotten into yet is, one, I can see that, this level is slightly different than the last time we were here. It looks like they've got a series of rooms that they put into kind of a random order, and then you get to go through them, and some of them have a thing and some of them don't. But then the other thing is that we've been playing this just as a single player game, but if you wait long enough in one of the little opening area rooms, you get up to 4 people. And so if you get a bunch of different people that are all the different classes in the game, I feel like it's a little bit more fun. It can be the sort of thing you play with friends, but it's also not terribly. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you have to play it for an hour and a half to get to level 1 million in order for it to actually start picking up. But yeah, changelings. Boy, they're in.
That's some deep stuff.
What was the other one? What's the other one? They were. It seems like, it was witches. That they just basically. It seemed like there was a time in our dumbass human history where it's like, oh, are you different? Well, then you must be from the spirit realm, and we need to. And it's never something nice like, oh, are you different? Well, then you must have powers, and we will treat you with respect. It's always like, you're from another realm. Let's torture them. Yay! So, yeah.
Yay!
What's our time looking like over there? Let's see what we got going on here. I'm going to get some skills to pay the bills.
5 minutes.
Okay. Revolver specific where you can be. Okay. So you also have a whole level up tree.
See that.
Press forward and press ZR button for 3 times for rapid fire. Let's see. Forward on the left stick and pressing ZR 3 times. Knock enemies into the air by chance and shoot them with piercing bullets. That sounds amazing.
Piercing bullets are always great.
And then let's see. Handgun specific is which you can hold forward on the ZR, inflicts stun. Hold forward on the left stick and press the ZR button 3 times, inflicts heavy damage. Let's do that one. And get some weapon damage there. All right, let's see if we can't get to the other. Let's do the Egyptian one. I don't know. I mean, it's awful hard to complain too hard about free.
Yeah, free is confirmed. It's been scientifically proven. Free is the best price.
Yeah, but on the other hand, my time comes with a price too. And this game.
So what you're saying is you'll be sending a bill to the company that made
correct.
This game.
Yes, Bandai Namco. I'm going to be sending them a bill for roughly $4 million. My time is very, very important. I mean,
special.
At the end of the day, everybody else's time is equally as important. So I figure it kind of evens out. But
it's saying something.
Yeah.
It's important. You matter.
Gosh
darn it, people like you.
Oh, Jack Handy.
I know, so good.
All right. So are you excited, Jennifer, for the Civil War this week?
I would say excited is an understatement.
Uh-huh.
I'm intrigued to see what they do with it.
Uh-huh.
Although I will say that there's one, and I never thought that I would hear myself say something like what I'm about to say right now.
Oh, no.
To build this up a little bit.
Oh, no. What is it?
I'm actually afraid that Hulk's not going to be in the movie, and I'm disappointed about it.
Yeah? Well, he's off on it. He's having a vision quest,
he's off being all emo and
right. He's like
self-conflicting.
Hulk has a lot of feelings about this.
And he's stupid and running away from ScarJo. Who the fuck runs away from ScarJo? I mean, you could have made out with that.
Yeah.
You had to go be all mad and butthurt about it.
She was into both Hulk and Banner, man. Like, you just got the whole thing.
Yeah,
like,
you got the whole package lady there.
It's not every day.
Shit.
Yeah, that you find a lady who's
Jesus.
Also, I mean, wouldn't Hulk just kind of like tip the scales for whichever side he was on?
Seriously. Mad about it.
Are you Team Iron Man or Team Captain America?
Oh, absolutely Team Iron Man. Fuck Captain America.
What? All right.
I have feelings, just like I have feelings about Superman.
Uh-huh.
I have feelings about Captain America.
You're just not a fan of the All-American Goody Two-Shoes,
I'm really not.
Wow.
Which is weird. Okay, so I was online yesterday, and a friend of mine had taken an alignment test, like D&D alignment.
Sure.
So it's a really simple little question and answer. They give you a situation and they give you 3 ways of handling it.
Mm-hmm.
Based on which one you pick, you get a subsequent question. Okay, so this has now happened because you picked this answer.
Right.
What do you do with this?
Right.
So I go through the process of answering this thing, and I was actually very shocked at what alignment they gave me.
Mm.
What would you peg? What would you peg me for?
Chaotic good or chaotic neutral? But then I think
that's what I'm thinking.
We do most of our interactions here online, so having never actually done like a Jaeger bomb contest with you.
Oh God, that will never happen ever.
You don't really know a person until you see how many sake bombs it takes to make a person throw up.
Oh God, why would you sake bomb? Why? No. I mean, okay, if you ever want to go like just have a night where I'm not driving and we'll just drink to excess. I'm not a fan of that normally, but for a small, once in a lifetime kind of thing, I'll make an exception.
Okay.
Fine, why not?
But
it would
now I'm
not
curious.
be that. It would be gin or whiskey, probably maybe tequila. But that's it. That is it.
Didn't I pick the other level?
I think
How can I not keep getting this level?
Oh yeah. So I took this test.
Yes.
Apparently, I'm lawful good. And I don't know how I know how I feel about that. I'm a little mad.
Yeah.
I'm a little mad.
Not a Captain America or Superman fan.
No.
Lawful good is not. Yeah, that's not normally what you would.
No.
What you would get.
Super mad about it.
Oh shit! Now she's doing all this like
hip thrusting.
Yeah,
all right.
Throwing your hands up over your head. Boom.
And I've always been more attracted to the characters that are chaotic in some way or other.
Mm-hmm.
Usually somewhere in the neutral realm.
Yeah.
It really depends on the situation kind of thing. But I guess that's because that's the balance to me. I guess I just...
Maybe. I mean,
I have a fucking goody two shoes. I hate myself. I don't hate myself, but I mean, I just don't like that alignment.
Well, you know, if you, I mean, were there a bunch of questions where they're asking if you follow the rules? Like, would you,
so
you know?
It was like you're walking down the road and you see this obviously wealthy guy beating the living crap out of a beggar dude.
Right.
What do you do?
Uh-huh.
And so it was like, do you ignore it and keep going about your business?
Right.
Do you go after the rich guy and beat the crap out of him and take his money?
Right.
Or do you go over to the guy who's injured and see how he's doing?
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, all right, I go over to the injured guy and see how he's doing first. You know?
Yeah.
Because you stabilize the guy, then maybe you go after the perpetrator. Right?
Sure.
So you go, so it says, okay, cool. So you went over to the guy, you help him out, you talk to him a little bit, and then you realize your wallet's gone and he's taken off. What do you do? And it's, do you go check in with the rich guy and ask him about the poor guy?
Right.
Do you go after the poor guy and beat the crap out of him? Or do you go turn him in?
Right.
And I'm like, well, I'm not going to go automatically and assume that other guy's right. Maybe they were both wrong. I'm not going to beat the crap out of the guy because that's just stupid and doesn't solve anything.
Right.
Maybe I'd just go turn him in. Cool. I'll turn him in. It's fine. So apparently that leads me to be lawful.
It was 2 questions? Or did it keep going on from there? I mean,
no, there were many more questions.
Okay, it's like
many different categories. How do you answer this situation? What do you do in this? What do you look for in life?
Okay. Well, I can kind of see where that particular test is like, it's really giving you decisions that are going to lead you just specifically to lawful good. Like,
sure.
It's a multiple choice question. It's more, I feel like if you really want to know your alignment, it's got to be like a thing where they say like, what is best in life, and then you have to like fill out. You have to write an essay, and then somebody takes that essay, and there we go. Okay, so I stopped the. There we go. Okay, I had the wrong thing. Yes, where people ask what is best in life, and then like a team of scientists comes back, and analyzes your answer to figure out what you actually are. So
I will say a really great idea for a video, although it's not a video game per se. I guess it would classify itself as like a tabletop D&D oriented kind of session. We should do a session where we sit down and there's another quiz that figures out what your actual character class and alignment would be. And it's like 130 question.
Oh, good Lord.
Survey. Yeah, I was actually really mad. I filled it out last night on my phone, but apparently this phone doesn't do Java. So I hit the enter button to figure out, like after, it took me like 45 minutes to fill it out.
Oh, God.
After filling the whole thing out, I hit enter to see what it was, and it just sent me to a blank screen.
No!
So I spent half an hour. It was really probably like 20 minutes. I spent 20 minutes figuring out this whole quiz. And about 3/4 of the way through, I was like, oh, God, it's so long. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
But I was like, but I'm committed. I'm already almost done with it now. I have to. And then I finished it, and it didn't finish. So I have no idea what my alignment is.
That
I'm
is
really
a
mad
goddamn
about it. But we should do that
story.
someday. We should both take that test together, like for each other.
Yeah.
And figure out what our alignments and classes are. That would be a really fun video.
I've always wanted to play as a lawful evil character because I think that's such an interesting alignment.
It is an interesting alignment, but you have to be very careful what campaign setting you're playing in.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to have evil alignments in official Adventurers League D&D play.
Really?
Like in-store play, you're not allowed to.
Why?
Because of the mechanics of the campaigns that they're setting up are designed for characters that are good and neutral.
Oh.
Having an evil character, if you're playing the character right, would fuck the campaign.
Okay.
You just can't do that.
Well, I mean, I guess I would always think like playing a combined, like if you had a party. I feel like if you were going to play a party that had one evil character in it, you need them to all be evil characters.
Yes,
you need to be
absolutely.
an evil-focused campaign that you can't just be like, well, I don't know, half of us are good, and then we've got this fucking evil paladin with us. And it's like, no, that doesn't work.
In my Adventurers League campaign, the one that I DM at Outlaw Moon every other Wednesday, I've got a campaign of 7 to 9 people, depending on the day of the week. And one person in the group who's actually a very dear friend of mine, he decided he wanted to play an evil alignment, and he's the only evil alignment in the whole team, and he's in a team of 3 clerics.
Yeah. Oh, good lord.
Yeah, good clerics.
Oh, and he's an evil cleric?
Yeah, what is he?
I played an evil cleric before. They're pretty cool.
I can't remember what his character class is. He's not a rogue. I think he might be a fighter of some sort.
Oh, okay.
No, he's a mage.
Evil clerics are the bomb.
They are. They're so much fun. So many caveats.
Yeah, they're
stupid loyal still, but it's evil. It's just, it's so good.
I just like the way that they convert the skills. Like, so instead of heals, you get hurts, and instead of turn undead, you get dominate undead, essentially.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, we're out of time.
Yeah, I think we are. We're probably totally over time. So, hey, folks, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to see these videos a day earlier, you can always head on over to RageSelect.com. We've got all kinds of good stuff for you. If you want to buy anything off of Amazon, find one of our videos, not this one, but another one that has an Amazon link down below. As long as you started that link, it doesn't cost you anything extra, and it does put a little bit of filthy lucre in our pockets. If you want to take it a step further, you can always head on over to patreon.com/RageSelect, where you can basically kick us some money, and in return, we're going to kick you them bonus videos. There are so many that if you have not been a patron, you are not even going to be able to stand it.
All that bonus.
Yep. Jennifer, where can people find you on internet?
I am Mayhem's Muse. You can find me on Twitter, on Instagram, on Twitch. It is Mayhem's_Muse on all of those social medias, except for Instagram. It's just Mayhem's Muse. You can also find me on Facebook. I do modeling, acting, video game streams, a little bit of all the nerdy things. Check it out. Let's be friends. Let's hang out.
Yeah. In fact, if you guys need more live streaming than we do here at Rage Select, you live stream all the time, Jennifer.
I do. I usually stream 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay.
During the day, normally, from like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.-ish, somewhere in there, depending on the day.
There you go. So you're at work, work is stupid. You need to watch somebody play Final Fantasy.
If you have opinions about things, you want to come talk about them, come hang out with me on stream. Twitch.tv/Mayhem's_Muse.
And join us back here tomorrow. We're gonna try to move a little bit further forward here and play with some other people tomorrow in a little bit more Lost Reavers.
Dun dun dun.